Hi Cardinal Mooney families, it's Mr. Hopper here, ready to begin our new school year. And we thought it would be important to provide you with this video message to kind of go through a typical day that we're going to have here at school and address some of the questions that have been brought to our attention since the release of our return to school plans a couple of weeks ago. So before I get started into all those details, I think it's important to mention, as a community of faith, we join everyone in prayer for all those impacted by COVID-19, especially those still suffering with the illness, and all those families who have lost loved ones. Our condolences and sympathies go out to them, and our prayers continue for all that are impacted by COVID-19. So as we begin this new school year, it will certainly be different for all of us. And different is sometimes difficult to accept, but change is also necessary and can be good, and an opportunity for growth. And I think that's how we have to view this upcoming school year. Even though it may be outside of our comfort zone or something that we're not expecting, we're going to be flexible, we're going to be adaptable, we're going to have a lot of patience and understanding, and all of those are key qualities to becoming an even better version of yourself. So as we talk about what a typical day in the life of a student here at Mooney will be, let's talk about arriving to school. First of all, we've adjusted our start time this year. On the red days will be 7:45, which means you're going to account for some additional minutes in the morning to arrive on campus and have the school day start. So a number of our students, upperclassmen mostly, drive themselves to campus. When they arrive on campus, they're to park, get out of their vehicles with their face coverings, and proceed to the gym lobby, where they'll have a wellness check and their temperature screen. They will sanitize their hands, and if all checks out, they will proceed on to campus. If you are driving your students to school, then we ask that your child remain in their car or your car until we can come by and check their temperature. They should have their face covering on. We'll do the wellness check. If all is good, they'll get out of the vehicle, proceed through the main gate, sanitizing their hands, and proceed on to their A period class. As I mentioned, we are going to a different schedule this year, a modified block schedule. And we made that decision after consulting with a lot of experts, looking at what other diocesan schools are doing and other educational environments throughout the country. And we felt, what is some steps that we can take to mitigate the impact of COVID-19 on our students? And one of those is to maintain distancing and to also eliminate unnecessary exposure. And so by reducing our schedule from 7 classes to 4 on the red days and 7 classes to 3 on the gold days, we will be able to minimize the passing periods and eliminate quite a bit of exposure than going to 7 classes in a day. Having said that, when you go through a 4-period day or a 3-period day, you will need to carry your own materials with you. We are not assigning academic lockers. Again, another mitigating measure taken to reduce exposure and our need to sanitize countless lockers throughout the day. But by doing just 4 classes or 3 classes, a student should be able to manage whatever supplies are needed and required by the teacher in order to satisfy those requests. So, and all the while, because the increase of class time from 47 minutes to 90 minutes, we still will have enough instructional time to cover the material needed to earn the credits for the high school courses. So we still fall within the guidelines of the state and the Diocese of Venice by implementing this schedule. We have planned out these days through December, and that is so that we can have this game plan for the fall. We will reevaluate that as time goes on, and if necessary, we will implement the red gold days further into the spring semester. But for now, we're just showing the view from now until December, which would give us that flexibility. Back to that word that I say is so important for us this year. Most students all students will have lunch, obviously, on both days. On a red day, your C period class is what determines the lunch that you have. And on a gold day, your H period class will determine your lunch. We will have 3 lunch periods this year, in order, again, to reduce the amount of students in the Selby or at lunch at a particular time. We will reduce the number of students that can sit at tables. We are expanding our outdoor seating at lunch in order to mitigate, again, the exposure. We will have lunch service provided for those needing to get lunch here on campus. It will be grab and go, and it will be cash that you pay to our third-party vendor. But you'll have limited availability for snacks and other things. It'll be a pretty set menu, and you're going to just grab it and go. Not a lot of choice, obviously, to mitigate, that exposure and what can happen there. But lunch is available. We still have our partnership with Apple Spice and Boar's Head, which will be available for order, and those deliveries usually take place on Thursday. So more information will be forthcoming regarding that partnership. In addition to that, we get to the end of the day, right? And we dismiss our students at 2:40. That 2 is a little bit different than before. It's been at 2:30. Anytime dismissal at any school is somewhat of a trying event, right? And so we want everybody to exhibit patience. Ideally, we have students who have no scheduled appointment or reason to stay on campus to leave as soon as possible. We know that we have to manage traffic. We have to manage, the flow of students and all things to the best that we can. And so we're going to encourage everyone, obviously keep your face coverings on, maintain your social distancing. While you're waiting for your ride to come to campus, or if you drive yourself, if you have no appointment, no athletic event, etc., you should proceed to your car and leave as quickly as possible. We will have supervision out there to encourage that. We will have spaces for students to go to maintain that distance while they wait, but ideally we move off campus as quickly as possible, and that will ensure that our maintenance and cleaning staff can begin the process of disinfecting the school overnight as quickly as possible. We are still awaiting what FHSAA is going to say regarding athletics. That information should be forthcoming in the next few days. But all in all, we are excited about this new school year. We've taken a number of steps that we've outlined in various communications previously. More information is certainly going to follow, and I'm sure some of your questions have not been answered by this video. But please be assured that we're here to answer your questions to the best that we can with the knowledge that we have at the time you ask. But if you monitor our website, our social media, Cougar News, we will give you the most up-to-date information that we possibly can. We again thank you for all that you're doing to support Cardinal Mooney, for choosing Cardinal Mooney, and we're excited about what the 2020-2021 school year holds. We continue to pray and lift up your families and look forward to a great year. Take care and God bless.